Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Mine is that Dread. Yes, deadline day is not too far away. In fact, it is a couple of days away. I'm recording on the 30th of August. Couple of days away. What should Liverpool do before the deadline day shuts? Or how the media says it, slams shot. Or in fact, shots. Dust everywhere. I think I got something in my eye. Fox eggs. Alrighty, the first position we're going to talk about, and it is quite obvious, but then again, there are two positions that are quite obvious that Liverpool need to buy a play in because we're a little bit lacking short in that department. Is defensive midfield, or can someone who can play number 6 and number 8. Let's have a look at this first player. Obviously, Ryan Gravenberch. This player, this is one of the players that the links hasn't gone away throughout the whole summer. Has it been? Yes, like at the top of like news cycles or at the top of conversation in terms of, you know, who's Liverpool trying to buy, who's Liverpool trying to get. But this guy's always been there. Gravenberch, obviously 21 years old at Bayern. When did he sign for them? Because ever since he's played for them, he signed them last season, okay? Like the first, it must have been a pre-signing because they July the 1st. So they got him early into the early last season, and he hasn't played much since. How many games he played last year for them? Where's the statistics? Because last year he didn't do anything, right? The reason why he wants to move is because he doesn't play enough football. 22, 23. Let's have a look. Show. Okay. Okay, all competitions, 33 appearances in talking marks, but you can see in the minutes, 937 minutes. That is not enough that he wants to do, right? Look at the subs, like 33, 7, 29. It's always coming on the bench second half. Most was 64 minutes, which I'm guessing he started that game, right? So he's been complaining. I've got a mate who, he said, he's not even that good of a player. He just complains that much. I'm thinking, okay, maybe because he complains in the media that he wants to play lots of football, right? And thinking, right, do we want that type of attitude, or does he have really good confidence? Like, no, I really want to play football, but you don't say in the media, because if he really wants to come to Liverpool, you're not going to be first choice. For sure, unless Jurgen's got a plan for him to say, right, I'm going to play in a deeper position in number 20, what was that? In a defensive midfield position, thinking, okay, could possibly work. He's done that with Gini Wijnaldum as brought someone back. Who else has he done it with? Harvey Elliott as a winger, brought him back to central mid. Trent Alexander-Arnold as a right midfielder in the academy, brought him back to right back, and so on, thinking, right, okay, so he fits the mold. He's a big player, really technical, really elegant, classy footballer. But as a lone number 6, well, to be fair, you're gonna have Trent, like in Klopp's Pep Linder's mind, you're gonna have Trent alongside you, and you're just gonna feed the ball, and you're gonna be just a breaker, and you're gonna give the ball to Trent, you're gonna give the ball to Maka and Szoboszlai to do the damage. But Gravenberch is also a progressive, elegant footballer. Now, when you've got Gravenberch, Trent, McAllister, Szoboszlai, all of them are hard-working, right? But none of them are naturally gifted at winning the ball back. That's my only issue with Gravenberch, if they are seeing him as a number 6. Because even if they're trying to get him as a number 8, he looks like an absolute wonderful young player. But then we've got Maka, Szoboszlai, Javier, and Curtis Jones for those 4 positions, thinking, right, and fair enough. And like, you know, McAllister, Szoboszlai are supreme, wonderful footballers. Ali, every single time he's come on the pitch second half this year, he's been superb. He's been very impressive. Then you got Curtis Jones. End of the last season was our best midfielder. End of the last season, thinking, right, Curtis Jones as well. Curtis Jones, Javier, both young players. We've got Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, all young players. If he's going to be complaining about game time at Bayern Munich and Jurgen Klopp sees him as a number 8, he's not going to get that many minutes. Now, we've got Europa League football, Premier League football. There are minutes, but you can't have 6 players for 2 positions or 5 players for 2 positions, essentially. There is a limit of, like, yeah, there's a limit of minutes that we can give to everyone else. And McAllister, Szoboszlai are definitely number 1, number 2 for sure. So if they do see Ryan Gravenberch as a number 6, fair enough with Endo, but I am a little bit concerned about, because he fits the build physically, but mentality of defensive positioning, has he got that? I'm not sure. The other player we're going to look at is Andre. This guy I like very, very much. He looks he looks like one of the up and coming promising number sixes, right? He's not as tall as Gravenberch, but he's a more more natural defensive midfielder. Really physical, quick, gets stuck in, wins good in the air, progressive with his passes. He's progressive as well, but also he does the dirty work and he's a bit more of a defensive position. Like the problem is with him now, Fluminense are in the Copa Libertadores and they won the game 2-0. So it's looking like they're going to go into the semi-final. Is it semi-final? I should have checked it before I started recording, but that's not what I do. I just quickly look and talk my opinion or the facts that I've been listening to. That is about it. Welcome to the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. But I feel like if we aren't not gonna get Gravenberch, Andre and Endo would be pretty good. Endo has a more experience, and Andre that up and coming with Stefan Bajcetic, also a young player a young talented footballer. But Andre, I feel like he's the one. I do feel like it. He's their best player. He scored a goal as well the other day in the couple of Libertadores. He's looking really, really good. He's got his Libertadores. He scored a goal. That was last week, or the last match, should I say. I feel like he's a gun because in January, Endo is going to go to the Asian Cup with Japan. So he'll be out for a month or 5-6 weeks, depending how far Japan goes. So we need a senior defensive midfielder. So if we can get Andre and Stefan Bajcetic in that time, that would be pretty good. But then, would you like to get Andre now, before the window shuts, to get him 6 months in through the door? Instead of January, we'll get him for example, 1st of January, and he's got a couple of weeks to get settled in, and bang, you're playing every single week as main sole defensive midfielder for Liverpool Football Club. When we want to be challenging, it's a bit risky. Okay, so that's the defensive midfielders, okay? But I feel like because of the small injury to Konate and the Virgil van Dijk suspension, we need to get, obviously, a centre half. Alright, the first person we've been looking at is Tiate, okay? So, I've got 4 players here, potentially. 23 years old, still a young player, centre back, can also play left back. Now, you can buy Marcavel 22 million. I don't know how much he's valued at Rennes, but a good player can play left back as well. Robertson backup, although do we need a Robertson backup? Are we still talking about this 3-4-3 box midfield with Trent and the defensive midfielder with Robertson tucking in? Or are we going to play a bit more traditional Jurgen Klopp 4-3-3, 4 backs, go. So then he'll be a perfect centre back. Now the other 3 players, Hincapié for Leverkusen. Now, the problem with him, he's also looks like an absolute fine player, by the way. Signed a new contract earlier this year. The problem is with Leverkusen, they sold Diaby already in this summer. So they're thinking, are they going to sign their probably 2 most valuable, 2 best youngsters in the squad in one summer? I don't think it's like, and Leverkusen are killing it right now. So why would he want to leave this season? And Xabi Alonso's got them ticking over beautifully, right? And the next player, Gonçalo Inácio. He's the one who's also been linked same way as Ryan Gravenberch, sort of always in the background of the transfer news all the way through this whole transfer window. Same thing, good age, 185, quick, but he just signed a contract a couple weeks ago. So maybe, is that a sign of them wanting to get his value as much as high as possible and then sell him on? Potentially, it might be harder because I don't know their release clause, but then his release clause, was it him his release clause where it was 45 million and that's when the contract signed. They are now valuing him at 60 million, but there's no release clause. So I don't know how that's going to work. So if Liverpool didn't go for the release clause, do Liverpool really want him? And the last player we're going to look at is Marc Guehi. Similar to him and Cheick Doucouré, like with Palace, like they've already sold Zaha. The next 2 players are Guehi, Marc Guehi and Cheick Doucouré. Are they going to sell them this late in the window? Obviously. Guehi is a fantastic centre-back. He's still young, he's quick, he's physical. All these centre-backs, the 4 I've mentioned, are good physically. They are young. 3 of them are left-footers and so on. So I'm thinking, right, we need a centre-back. Right now against Aston Villa, we've got 2 main centre-backs, Joel Matip and Gomez. And between now and Sunday we play them, Monday morning for me. Who knows what might happen to them. And then next in line is Kwanzaa, who's still a kid. That's the issue. If I don't know if Matip will get sold. I think we need to keep our centre backs. In my opinion, Gomez was sensational against Newcastle. Go check my match reaction that I talked about him quite a bit. I was like, yes, Joey Gomez. We lost our captain there. You have to step up in difficult times, and you were superb. Matip struggled a bit more because he started the game, but he grew into the game more, but obviously couldn't do the whole 90 minutes because of fitness-wise, and that's where we brought Kwanzaa on. Like, just all of a sudden, Konate, small injury to Konate, Van Dijk potentially now suspended for the next 3 games. Shit, we need to get a centre-back more than a midfielder, in my opinion, because you still got Bajcetic and McAllister who can play the number 6, and you got Harvey Elliott, and, so on and so on. So, I feel like if we're going to sign one more player, put it all in the centre back. That is mine, and then get Andre, and then get Andre in January. Or we can get Gravenberch and a centre back. Sell potentially Thiago if he wants to leave last minute, or I don't know, right? And then sign Andre in January. I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. It's a couple of days to deadline day. I hope we sign one player and he's a centre back, please, because I think Phillips will go. Kwanzaa might go on a loan potentially. Maybe not. We shall commit to go on a loan as well. So yeah. Yes, like the video. Show me your comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. Op the Reds. Ta-da.